Hey, really nice to be able to share and just read a little bit together. So we're reading tonight from Philippians 3, 4 to 6. So yeah, I'm Jason and this is Melissa.
Hello.
We're doing the tag team.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's have a read. Philippians 3, 4. Our confidence is not in ourselves and what we can do to earn salvation. If anyone could have confidence in himself to earn salvation, I certainly could. I was circumcised an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin when I was 8 days old. I grew up and was trained in the strictest Pharisaic tradition. If there ever was a real Hebrew, I was one. I kept the Jewish laws so well that I was made a member of the Sanhedrin, the Jewish National Council. Sincere was I ever. In fact, I was so sincere that the Sanhedrin in Jerusalem entrusted me with the responsibility to rid the country of Christians. As far as external conformity to the law was concerned, I was blameless. Yes, that's the reading. Isn't it great to be a Christian?
Yeah. I love being a Christian. It's the best.
Oh, you like being a Christian, do you?
Yeah. I've always been a Christian since I was a kid.
I actually think, I mean, I don't want to put you down, but I feel as though I'm a better Christian than you are. Would you say so or not?
I don't know. Like, I've always never strayed off the path, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was born an Adventist, and I'm 46 years old, and I've never left the Adventist church. So I think that's pretty hard to beat.
Well, the thing is, like, I actually come from a lineage. Like, my granddad was an evangelist, and he brought, like, hundreds of people to the church. So, I don't know, kind of, it's pretty good.
My dad was a teacher, but he was, he was an evangelist, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Sabbath, hey, I don't think you would keep Sabbath quite as good as me. Like, there's certain rules on Sabbath. I start from Friday night to Saturday night, and I've actually made the personal conviction. I actually don't watch any media on the Sabbath. And I actually don't buy anything on the Sabbath either. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I try to make it a really special day. So I try to make sure the house is clean, and just so we can like really rest and like really soak in that day. And yeah, so. Okay.
Well, that sounds pretty special too, I guess.
Yeah, I also try and do like God's work. Like I go around like singing churches, invite people for lunch, that sort of thing.
Wow, so okay, you tick that box too. Well, I work for the Adventist Church. I work for Avondale University. It's actually, Avondale University does some amazing stuff. And I'm a pretty big part of that. And so that's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, okay, so when I was like 7, I committed myself. I said, God, for the rest of my life, like, use me. And so I committed myself. I said, God, take my life and like, I want to sing for you. And so from then on, I've just committed myself and my talents to serving God. So
okay, well, I don't think I can beat you with the singing. I'll give you that. But hey, this one is going to be hard to beat. I'm pretty much a vegetarian. Like, I only ever eat meat if I'm in a restaurant. Like, I never cook meat myself. So I'm pretty much a pretty strict vegetarian, and that's right up there in terms of Adventism.
Yeah, but it's more about the health. Like, it's not like, you're not going to be, like, just because you're vegetarian, like, you can't just, like, hoe into the gluten steaks and be like, oh, I'm so healthy. Like, I feel like I actually care about my body as a temple. And so, you know, like, drinking water, sunshine, like, eating food that supplies fuel to my body, that sort of thing. And just really abstaining from things that would cause my body any kind of harm, so.
Okay. Man, you got me there as well. Oh, well, hey, Ellen White, Spirit of Prophecy. I've read 2 of her books, The Great Controversy and The Desire of Ages. I've read them, and I actually remember some parts from them.
It's kind of laughable, I mean, too. Like, she's like our church's greatest prophet. Like, she's actually done hundreds of books and read 2. That's, I don't know.
Okay. You know what? I actually don't think I'm that good anymore compared to you. Like,
that's fair. I mean, you've got room to grow, but you know, you're still on your way. So
yeah, I think you're right. I'm actually rubbish. Like, sometimes with church, I actually don't even feel like going to church sometimes. Like, sometimes I just go for the hot drinks that I get in the foyer.
Yeah, it's kind of a sign that you're kind of like a baby in the church. And yeah, like I love church. It's like I'm actually one of the Sabbath school leaders, and yeah, and yeah, like I said before, I often do special items and things, and yeah,
you got me. So obviously we're having a bit of fun here, but I guess we're having fun, but I think in our own heads we actually think this stuff sometimes, don't we? We think about the things that we've done, our own achievements, as a way to actually earn God's favour.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Paul's talking about in these verses. I mean, if anyone had the right to actually earn their way to a relation, or earn their way to salvation with God, it would have been Paul. And sometimes we take that same argument in our own lives.
Yeah, I actually have personally found a bit of anxiousness in my faith, anxiety in my faith. Like I've felt like, oh, I haven't been faithful. I haven't been a faithful steward of all the things God's given me to do. I should have recorded these songs ages ago, and I'm letting God down. I'm letting people down. But you know, I don't have to. When I just actually stop and go, I actually don't need to earn God's love. Like I am so special and so loved by Him, despite what I'm doing for Him. He doesn't need me to do those things. It's just He knows it will be a blessing for me, and the more that I just realize that He's a good dad, that I don't have to try and earn His approval or win His favor or prove myself to Him. It's just so nice to just be able to fully rest in His love.
And I think when you start comparing yourself to others like we were doing and trying to earn our way to God through achievements, two things normally happen. The first thing, which pretty much happened to you in that little scenario, was you actually are better than others. And that is probably pretty true for you, for most. But it's not. But when you actually start to believe, oh, I am better than others, then you just fill yourself with pride.
Yeah.
Or the other scenario is when you actually don't live up, how I wasn't really living up to you, and then you just filled with shame and
I struggled for the longest time, just because when you're honest with yourself, you know you've got some serious struggles, and so when you're gauging yourself by your performance, even if it's like your spiritual performance, how loving am I, how good am I, like, and you fall short and you think that God values you based on your performance, then you feel just like you're nothing. But when you realize that in God's kingdom you don't need to prove yourself, and the more that you realize that you are safe in His love and you know Him how He really is, the more that's when you actually can be changed into being more like Him. But as long as we're afraid of maybe if I do these things He won't like me anymore, that's what keeps you in just tripping over. And anyway.
So there are reflections on the small verse tonight, and it really is cool to be part of a Christian community, but it's even especially cool when you belong to a family where you're actually not trying to actually earn your favor in your dad, but when you all recognize that you are loved by that same dad and you're here to support each other to get to know him more. So yeah, listen, I hope you got something out of that scenario and a bit of fun tonight, and we hope you're doing really well and look forward to see you soon.